The mayor and I laugh about our top three are traffic, trains, and trash. So it's the three
Oh yeah.
T's,
Oh
and
yes.
you will probably hear a lot about that during my
Yeah.
campaign because I'm not officially the train liaison. We don't have one, but somehow I've become that person. But so those are issues that, if people are complaining about them, you have to address them. So,
Yeah.
as far as traffic and infrastructure goes, we will definitely continue relationships. It's all about relationships when it comes to roads that we're not responsible for. So, county, we have a lot of county roads in the city of Trustful. We've got to maintain those relationships and stay in front of. We have a great representative in Joe Knight. He does a fantastic job for Trustful, helping to provide what we need. He's got other cities that he represents as well. So, helping that on the state level, it's AlDOT. We try to stay in front of. I've been in several meetings with Mr. Cooper, who is the director
Yes.
of AlDOT, on keeping Trustful in front of him. We know that Highway
Yeah.
11 needs to be widened from downtown, from the Civitan Park, the Greenway, all the way up to Publix. That's probably 30 or more pieces of property that we've got to access and purchase to be able to do that. AlDOT does. So we know that that needs to be done. The things that and then of course there's the interstate, which that's going to be
Yeah.
AlDOT as well because that's a U.S. Interstate system. That's in the work. So in the next 15 months or so, it's going to be a little bit of a headache. But in 18 months, we will have the interstate widened. Highway 11 has been widened and paved. The loop road is starting, if you've noticed that, which will pick up on at Edgar's and loop you around to Glen Avenue. That's going to take thousands of cars off of Highway 11. That's the goal, to get cars off of Highway 11 best we can, because we know that's where most of the traffic is. And then North Chalkville is being widened right now. That's a county road, so the county's doing that project. Those projects take a long time. I think that project's been in the work for 15 years. It
At
doesn't,
least.
that's the one thing it's been the hardest thing in government is to understand how slow things go. I don't like
Very.
things to go slow, but there again, you just stay in front of them and continue to put your requests
Yeah.
there and hoping that you get on their funding cycle very soon. So and then there's the train. So we have worked great relationships with Norfolk Southern, which that is their rail line. Actually partnered with, collaborated is probably a better word, with the city of Birmingham and Norfolk Southern,
Hmm.
and were awarded an $8 million planning grant that will. We're working on that right now. It will, for Trustful, it will bridge Mary Taylor Road and add side track from South Chalkville all the way into Norris Yard, which is in Irondale. That will give them room to park two trains and not block Trustful from South Chalkville all the way through. The goal with working with Norfolk Southern is to keep stoppages at a minimum in Trustful because it just bottlenecks everything when they
Everything.
do everything. So we have a text thread with our area rep here. As soon as a train is stopping, we report it to make sure it gets reported correctly to
Yeah.
the right people and do the best we can. If there's a maintenance issue, there's not a lot that we can do other than
Yeah.
report it. I will say Representative Danny Garrett has been very helpful in staying on top of that with us
Yeah.
as well. Um, so that's the infrastructure piece and the train piece. And then there's the trash. But we do have a contract with AmWaste. So
Yeah.
during my term as city councilor, we formed a Cahaba. Trustful was involved in forming the Cahaba Solid Waste Authority, which I know that kind of
Yeah.
sounds unusual, but it was five cities that came together. I know, but you're stronger in groups, right?
That's right.
So five cities came together and formed this authority, which gives us better buying power in when we're trying to find a garbage collection company to do a contract with. So we're able to secure a little bit better pricing that way because they're
Yeah.
guaranteeing guaranteeing 5 cities and more. I think several more cities have signed on since then.
Yeah.
So that has helped us. It's never perfect, but it has helped us. Our public works does a great job of trying to keep the city clean, keeping right-of-ways cut, so you can see to turn out. If you see something, we want you to report it to us, because sometimes we don't have eyes on every street. It's, you know, the Trussville's 23 square miles. It's sometimes a little bit harder to see everything, but so those are those issues.